Obviously the next thing we had to do was cast the film, which as it turned out it was one of the most easy things to do in the whole thing, because I'd already worked with Patrick White and Scott Ironside on The Planet, and we'd actually formed an extremely good team, so it didn't take a lot of working out that I was going to get those guys back anyway. And the thing was, when I was making The Planet, I was kind of watching Patrick and Scotty act, thinking, oh, I wish I'd had these guys when I made the first removals. So it was very easy to imagine how they were going to do it because I'd worked with them, so it was easy to write the script and tailor the dialogue to how I kind of knew they'd be able to deliver it. And when people read the script, they kind of could see how Ironside was going to play Ronnie. It was fairly obvious.
Fuck you, dear!
I don't do!
Fuck you, dear!
I don't fucking do!
Debbie's fucking silly!
I don't fucking do!
Ronnie, Debbie fucking silly!
I mean, what do I fucking kill him?
What the fucking hammer do? What the fucking hammer do?
No! It's just one meal! It's just one meal!
Fucking good
Just
one,
kill this fucking boy! We're beating the rest! We're fucking driving a war!
Debbie fucking
fucking
silly! How can we drive a war with 7 bodies that fucking boot a hole in the roof? Debbie's
fucking killing him!
stupid!
Let me out of fucking cunt!
Get up! Get up! Debbie's a fucking silly, Ronnie!
And the rest of the cast similarly all came from The Planet. Mike Mitchell was obviously the star of The Planet, and great to get him back again. We also had Steve Thomas and Mark Winus, Graham Robertson, Michael Clark. They were all in The Planet as well. Once again, if you've got actors you've worked with before, it just saves a lot of time on location. You don't have to explain things. So it was fairly easy to do the casting. What happened next was I worked out the schedule. So once I'd finished the script and I knew how many scenes there were to do, I wrote up the schedule, and we only had 14 days to shoot the whole film. Because this time, of course, everyone was getting paid and we actually had a budget, and we didn't want to go over the shooting schedule. So I looked at how many scenes we had to do, and it was actually an awful lot of material per day. I think per day we must have had to get in, some days, 5, maybe even 6 scenes had to be accomplished in one day, which meant we were moving at a tremendous speed very quickly. And also, because it was a road movie, we were always moving from A to B to C. It was never in the same place twice. So that was actually quite good fun, being on the road with the guys. Obviously, the centre of things were really Patrick and Scotty. Their performances were central, and the rest of the crew were just kind of around them to service their needs as it was. It turned out to be a difficult shoot, largely because of the weather. We didn't get lucky with the weather, which meant that a schedule that was already extremely tight became ridiculously tight. But again, because we'd all worked on The Planet, which also had a tight schedule, we knew how to go fast. We knew how to shut up and just get on with it. So we just really flew through the scenes as much as possible. It was quite hard on Patrick and Scotty, particularly Scotty, because he had so much shouting to do that by the end he was very much losing his voice, and Patrick was getting much the same. And it was just the pitch of the acting had to be very intense for what they were doing. And it was take after take after take after take, and every time be more intense, be more intense. So it was hard for the actors, it was fairly hard for the crew, but in a fun sort of way, because you can kind of put up with a lot if you think it's funny stuff in front of the camera, and what was in front of the camera seemed quite funny, so we just kind of worked very hard.